Hi everyone! Today I'm going to flip through my 2020 bullet journal and show you what I've set up so far. The new year is a really exciting time for bullet journalers. First, you get to go out and buy a brand new notebook, and then you get to sit down and think about your intentions for the year and set up all of your spreads. Towards the end of last year, I spent ages thinking about which notebook to buy. I ended up going for an Archer and Olive notebook, which I absolutely love. They have really lovely designs on the front cover and it's really good quality. The pages are really crisp and white, the dots are really clear. These are all of the things that I was thinking about when trying to choose a journal. Before I get started, just a reminder to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon to get notifications every time I release a video. If you enjoy this video, click on the thumbs up button and leave a comment. I'd love to have some feedback to hear whether you're enjoying the videos, and it will also show YouTube that my viewers are engaged and hopefully make my videos more visible to others too. Now let's get to the flip through. Here on the first page I've set up an index. Some journals come with this index, but the Archer and Olive journal doesn't. Here we have my yearly log. The yearly log shows you everything that you've committed to. And this is really important because for everything that you say yes to, you're saying no to something else. So it's really important to see what you're saying yes to so you know that you're always making time to do things that are important to you or to your family. I'm actually really pleased that there's lots of blank space and I didn't start the year with lots of fixed plans, because it just leaves more room for spontaneous and impulsive activities, which we like to do as a family. When there's any sign of a sunny weekend, usually the night before we'll just decide to drive up to the Peak District and climb a mountain or something like that. So I like to leave lots of room to allow us to do things like that. I like to set up an annual mood tracker. I know a lot of bullet journalers like to do this monthly as part of their monthly trackers, but I like to have an annual view of all of my moods so I can spot any patterns. What I find really useful is that it helps me have a really objective view of my day. Apparently, we're all programmed with negativity bias, so I find looking through your journal and seeing all of these happy moods can help correct that perspective. It can also help you identify when you aren't quite yourself or feeling as good as usual and do things to make a change. Next to this, I have my wellness tracker. I used to call it a workout tracker, which didn't really work for me. I think wellness better reflects my motivations for exercising, so I've gone with that and I find it a lot more appealing. Sometimes I get really into something and create a separate tracker for it. Last summer I got really into weightlifting, so I just set up a weightlifting log to record all of my numbers and the dates that I was doing it. This is my spread for my 2020 goals. I identified all of the categories that my goals fall into, and I've even drafted my goals, but for some reason I haven't put them in my journal yet. I don't know why I've been putting it off, so I'm just going to do it today. It's really useful to identify your bigger goals at the beginning of the year, because then you can break them down into smaller tasks and feed them into your monthly and your weekly logs later on in the year. I find that helps me be a bit more strategic about my time and allows me to make time for things that are meaningful to me. These spreads are really fun to do. You can get really creative with these, and there's so much inspiration on Instagram and on YouTube for these sorts of trackers. This year I want to read more books and watch more films. So I set up a tracker to capture all of the books that I'm reading and a tracker to capture all of the films that I watch in 2020. These are my ideal habits. I find that habits are really important when you don't have big chunks of time to dedicate to things. So it's the small things that you do every morning or every evening that really add up to much more. Last year I had more self-care activities on there, like exfoliate, paint my nails, which I don't seem to have this year because I don't think I actually found time to do any of those things last year. But I might look at what I can rejig to build some of that in again. Next to this spread, I have a list of what I want to do more or less of in 2020 and what I want to continue. This is a really useful one to do at the beginning of the year because you can reflect on the previous year and think about what you want to do better this year. So far in 2020, I think this has really helped me do more of the things that I want to do and less of the things that I don't want to do. There's definitely been more batch cooking this year and fewer takeaways. Shouting, I don't really shout that much anyway, but anytime I do shout at the kids, I really feel bad afterwards, so I wanted to just completely eliminate that this year, which I think so far I have done. A simple spread here just to capture my monthly bills, what they are and when they come out. I also have a wish list, so when I decide that I want to buy something in particular, I'd like to just add it to my wish list, add the price, and just be a bit more strategic about when I buy things. This is a quote that I saw in Rach Lee's journal, and I thought it was just perfect for this year. The quote is, "A fresh start isn't a new place, it's a mindset." I've created a travel spread here to capture all of the places visited in 2020. This was a really fun one to do because I included lots of doodles, and I included a quote here, "Life is short and the world is wide." This one here is to capture monthly memories or any moments that you want to capture in a month. I haven't started filling this one out yet, but I did draft a few notes on January and February, which I just need to update in here. Some people do their year in Polaroids, so each month they will take a Polaroid and then stick it in. I'm actually capturing pictures from the month in my monthly reviews, which leads me to my next spread, which is the January in review. In these monthly reviews, I just capture anything and everything that I want from the month. I didn't have a monthly log or any weekly logs in January, so it just jumped straight into the review. I think this is because usually at the beginning of the year, I'm just excited about all of the 2020 setup spreads and completely miss out the actual planning in January. And then it's back to normal in February with a cover page, a quote from something that I was reading in the month, monthly logs and weekly logs, which I'll flip through now. And that's my 2020 bullet journal flip through. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click on the like button if you enjoyed this video and add your comments down below. See you soon.